Hi guys, this is Ritesh and welcome you in my channel RTech Tips. So today I'm going to install RHL 8 and I'm going to start a series of RHL and Ubuntu. So be with me, and I think my animation tutorials have you all have seen. Now I'm going to start the new series of RHL 8. So friends, now you can see I'm going to install the minimum requirement for install RHL 8 is the CPU for 64-bit. It is supported on a 64-bit or ARM system and or 4-core. If you are using VMware or I think or vCenters, you need to choose 4 CPU. Okay, and the RAM is minimum requirement is 4 GB and disk is 20 GB. So this is the minimum requirement for RHL 8, and today in this video I only show you how to install the RHL 8. After that, maybe in some other video I will talk to you about other things. So let's move on the installation. First of all, we have to boot from the DVD. So you can see three options here. First is install RHL 8, and second is install test media, and third is your troubleshooting. I think many of us know about the troubleshooting which we are using RHL 7, but for now I am going to install. And for the new users who want to learn Linux, stay with me. I will teach you how to use troubleshooting option also. And test media is only for that if you want to test with that media that which you are using, that is it correct or not. Okay, it will take more time, so I will skip it. And better if you know this media is correct, then you can also skip it. So I'm going choosing the first option, install Red Hat 8. Now it's booting from DVD. So you have to boot from DVD. You have to choose how can you boot. Maybe in your system or in vCenters or XSI or in Oracle VirtualBox. So this is the procedure of starting. It is scanning all the devices of your system. Now you can see here it is scanning your SCSI, YouTube devices, your RAM, your CPU, everything, that it is compatible or not compatible. It will take some time. Let's wait. Now the scanning is completed and now it is starting installer. So this is the first step. This is the for your installation language. You have to choose the installation language. I know English, so I will click on the English. Everything is selected. Otherwise, you can select anyone and click on the continue here. Now the first thing you have to choose keyboard English. It is good for me. Language support United States, this is also good for me, or you can click here and select any different language, but I have chosen this. Now the third option is very important, because in some cases you are using for the any servers or any other things. Sometimes your time does not match with your another servers. This will cause the application problem. I am from India, so I will click India for the time zone and check the time is 16:32, and check in my clock also, because it should be maximum 30 minutes difference will be ignored, but for more than that it will cause a problem in your application. Installation media source local media I have installed. So software installation, what you want to install, it is selected with GUI, but I will install only minimal. So I will click here and selected minimal installation, because if you install minimal, after that you can install anything else, and we are using the GUI, or you can select GUI also and server workstation, anything. And these are the softwares which you want after this installation, but I will choose only minimal. After that we will configure DNF or AM, then we will check. Now it's done. Now these two are now you have to select the destination. I will show you this both ways. First is automatic, second is custom, or I will make additional spare available. If you choose custom, it will take 50 GB for root and the different swap for 4 GB and rest for home. But I will choose custom and I will show you what will it take after choosing automatic. So it is asking for the, so we will click here for our speed work. So see, it automatically taken 50 GB for root, boot for 1 GB, swap for 4 GB around, and almost all is on home. But we, in some cases, we don't want home or any other different partition, so I will just select it home and delete it. I want SAP 6 GB, so I go there and just added 6 GB, and swap is 6 GB, and I want 20 GB for home. Click here plus slash home and write down here 20 G, capital, small I and B. This is the format to give the device size. Now is 23 GB is available. I want to a custom mount point. I select slash. I don't want var. I want any other data. I will hit in data. You can create any mount points, and I have given 22 GB for the 23 GB G I B for this. Now only 1 GB space is pending. Now you can see the data for every LVM instead of swap and boot is LVM is XFS. Oracle 7 also using XFS and Oracle 8 also using XFS file system. But for the boot it is standard. You can see standard but XFS, and swap it is swap. Okay. Now click done and accept the partition. Now this is KDump. I will not use it, but KDump is that if you want any VM core data, VM core if you want, then you can configure it, but it is already configured. Go to network and host management. If you install, it will set local host, but yeah, I want a different host name, so I will write it rtech tips. So I apply. You can see here it is changed. For the IP address, I will click here configure. Go to IPv4. For better users, I will recommend go to IPv6 and click automatic and ignore, because we are not using IPv6 here. If you are using, then you can select IPv4 also. Click here to manual. I want a manual IP address. Click here add. Then I will add IP address, private IP address 192.32.111. You have selected subnet mask. You can either select 24, 21 or in this format, or you can write down on this format also. Mine is this one, subnet. For gateway, you can select gateway. For this, if you know subnet calculation, then you can know this subnet only required 32.1 gateway. And for every correct, you can see here, if I doing something wrong, it is in red. If this is correct, it is green. You can give DNS address also, 8.8.8.8. This is Google DNS address. Otherwise, if you have your DNS address, you can also give that. You can also give your DNS address by comma if you want 2 or 3 DNS address also. 32.12. Domain, you can select any domain. You can click this also if you have any want the server to use IPv4 for addressing. Okay, then save it. Now you have to enable it from here. Now you can see the IP you have assigned. As I told you that 255.255.255.0 is 24, then this is 24 subnet, and now click done. Now you have configured subnet, host, and everything. Security profile, if you have any security profile or you want anything, you can select from here, but I don't want to choose anyone, though I will not select it. System purpose, you can select here also system purpose. This is a new option. If you are using RHEL 7, then you can know that this is a new option for RHEL 8. I am not specifying anything because I am not I am using for teaching purpose. So Red Hat Enterprise Linux Server also you can workstation and compute node. So I am not using anything. Just let me tell you what you have to configure. Just you have to configure language, time, date, software, destination, network. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the 5 elements you have to configure for every server, and others are optionals. Begin installation. Now the installation will begin and you have to set the root password. So I am setting a root password. Password do not match. Okay, let me check. Okay, no match. I'm using a simple password. If you want any user creation, you can create user from here also, but I don't want to create any user, so I will create after that installation. So this is the full procedure to install the RHEL 8, and after that I will teach you everything else about the YUM and DNF. What is the YUM and DNF, and what is difference between YUM and DNF? Because I think in RHEL 7 everyone is using YUM, and 6 also YUM, 5 also YUM. In 7 it is different, it is DNF, but they have symlink the YUM also with DNF. So let me pause the video and after that I will complete. I will show you. See this is server has been installed, and now you can see it's asking for reboot, and I am going to reboot the server, and it's terminated, and after that it will show me see, this is the window. This is Red Hat Linux 4.18 Opta, and the second one for the Grub, and I will click enter, and automatically it will boot, but I will stop this. Now it's booting. Let's wait. Now it's booted. Now you can see